Hey everybody, it's Alma. Welcome back to Keto Meets Menopause. Today is Sunday and we're back for a new episode of Ditchin' or Kitchen. Sorry about being absent for last week, but we had storms and guess what? It's getting ready to storm again, so I'm rushing to get a video done. Otherwise, my Labrador is going to be here in my lap any second and terrified, bless his heart. I do have a thunder jacket for him. It helps just a little bit, but for some reason, certain storms just sends him over the top. So today's plan is to go over one item and then review the items from episode number 3. As we all know, in the ketogenic way of eating, there are various levels of commitment. We've got the folks that are doing what it takes to get by. We've got the folks that are hardcore purists, and then we've got the folks that, add some cage-free, some organic, some non-GMO, and then throw in also just regular produce items as well. The next item is something that I would say, gosh, the majority of the keto community uses. And guys, what's that product? Eggs. This is an 18-count egg purchased from Walmart, and I believe this is about $1.97. And I can actually find, on occasion, on sale at Randall's, the 12-count for 88 cents. This is what I buy. I buy the regular, not the cage-free, not even the brown eggs, because it's convenient, because it's easy and it's affordable. There are times, because of my husband's lunch boxes and what we eat and egg fast, that you could easily go through 3 to 4 dozen of eggs in a week's time. So I realize it's not as expensive as buying your Kerrygold butter or prime rib or items like that, but sometimes budget is to be considered, especially summer months when kids are out of school and you're having to purchase extra activities or camps, etc. So before you go off and vote on this item, I really want you to put some thought into the fact that, is your keto way of eating any less successful if you're eating strictly large grade A eggs versus cage-free egg? Going to a farmer's market, purchasing them they're fresh, having chickens in your backyard. And by the way, if that was an option here where I live, that would be my option. I'd probably have to buy extra, otherwise had, a zillion chickens in my backyard. But honestly, that would be an option that I would follow. It's just simply not allowed in our community, but they keep on taking it before the board. I doubt that they'll ever allow roosters, even though I think I've told you guys this story. I did actually bring a rooster home. On the trail, there was one that got injured. He just showed up randomly, never been there before, showed up after the floods one day, and I think he just kind of traveled along the water. Someone set him free that just no longer wanted their rooster. Anyway, after about 3 weeks, he was injured, and we brought him home because he could no longer walk, and we knew that night would be his last night if we didn't take him. The critter would have gotten to him. So we rescued him, brought him home, kept him in our master bedroom closet, and brought him back to health. He had broken a leg and wasn't able to walk. And so after a couple months, we were able to rehome him to a gentleman, actually a really good friend of mine who has chickens and roosters, and he was set up with some chicks of his own, so it all turned out great for Ned. We named him Ned. In fact, I'll include a picture of Ned. Ned the chicken. So anyway, I digress, guys. Menopausal mind. So anyway, guys, so here we are. Week 7 of Ditchin' or Kitchen, and it's coming down to some items that really are crucial to the ketogenic way of eating. And again, I ask you to take a lot of time in your thought process before clicking on the button to vote and determine, does the cage-free eggs make it a more effective way of eating? Does it make it a more fat loss because you're eating cage-free? I understand there's lots of controversy over chickens and steroids and all of that. But in addition to that, I really do think that thinking about the financial considerations for many individuals. I don't know if it's one of these situations where you need to be all in or all out. So give me your thoughts about it. But in addition to your thoughts, please, in the upper right hand corner, you will see a button, and it's going to read regular non-cage-free eggs, Ditchin or Kitchen. Like I said, guys, please put lots of thought process into this before just going and voting. All right, I would greatly appreciate that. So, you know, guys, eggs, yeah, we all eat them, and we eat them a lot. And if you think about me having to buy 4 dozen in a week's time at $5-6 a pop, that gets costly. So think about that. Let me know where you can find, if you are strictly eating the cage free, where are you getting them, what price are you finding, and what part of the country do you live in? Curious about that. And when I look at them at Randall's, they're usually in the $5 range. So curious about how much you have to pay for them, or if you get them from a farmer's market. Yeah, provide as much information as you can, guys. I appreciate you taking this into consideration, all the variables for this item in our Ditchin or Kitchen series. All right, guys, because I think there's a lot of people that may find this specific topic very interesting. All right, guys, so we're gonna move on to the results section. Pardon my appearance, guys. Gosh, it's humid here today, so hair, I just said blah. All right, guys, so results. Wow. I'm going to put a link up in the upper right hand corner of the episode that I am giving the results for. All right, so click on that in case you haven't seen it, and be right back. Here are the results. So you know the 3 items that were voted on were the Gold Peak Diet Tea that has aspartame in it. Number 2, the sugar-free Jello. Number 3, the Enlightened ice cream. And lastly, you guys voted as to whether you thought I would finish off that ice cream, yay or nay. All right, guys, so item number 1, my beloved Gold Peak tea. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys that regardless of the answers, my plan has been to plead for being lenient on this, as far as giving me time to release myself from this strong pull towards this product. All right, but here's the results, guys. 33% said ditch it, 46% said keep it in your kitchen, and 20% said save it for later. So overwhelmingly, guys, you finally gave me something that I could keep. You guys know the first episode we talked about the sugar-free sweeteners that I was using, or flavorings that I was using on the coffees, and even though y'all said I could keep it in my kitchen, I've not touched it once, guys. Actually, I have. I touched it for the blueberry muffins. So it was a tablespoon that was made across 4 loaves. Each of those loaves has, 4 servings? So that's negligible, and honestly, I haven't eaten a lot of that. It's primarily gone to David. My plan is not to be crazy about using the Gold Peak tea. My goal really is to one day let go of it. I did it once. I know I can do it again. I actually posted a comment on Sarah Pearls of Wisdom on one of her blogs. Talked about how sometimes you really have to look at your life situation, and if having some of these quote crutches are still in your life, maybe it's for a reason. Maybe it really is what's keeping you from going over the deep end on your ketogenic way of eating. And if that's the case, keep it until you can let go of it. And I feel like I'm that way right now with this tea. I really do. But I would like to be able to set myself free from it. And so baby steps on this one, truly. There's so much controversy over artificial sweeteners, over sugar alcohols, over all of that. And so I know that my best bet is to eventually get rid of it, and that is my goal. But the next item was sugar-free Jello, and guys, I don't use that product. It really is a David product. You guys, it's a split. 37% said keep, 37% said ditch, 10% said save it for later. At least something I had in the refrigerator. Bailey's coming down the stairs. I don't know if that means the storm's getting ready to get close. But that's an item I had in my refrigerator for David for when he had a sweet tooth. I am trying to find alternatives for him. So we're working on that one as well. So while it was a great item to talk about, to maybe get you thinking about it, if it's something that you keep in your refrigerator all the time, analyze it just like I am with my tea and go from there, guys. But it was pretty much a split, 37, 37, and 10. And the next item, Enlightened ice cream. Now, I really don't eat a lot of this. It's really still more of a David thing. I did use it for my keto contest, but other than that, I really don't eat it. And let me tell you, I easily could, because the red velvet, oh yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But I'm trying to refrain from that. Do you hear him panting? Yeah, he's getting scared. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon here. He's scared. All right, guys, so the Enlightened ice cream, you guys, 53% said ditch it, 13% said keep it in your kitchen, and 33% said save it for later. So really and truly, this is something that we pretty much, it's an occasional use. You know, if I said using it once a month, it's probably going to be a stretch. So definitely something for you guys to look at. Some of the items on the ingredients list are definitely questionable, so take a look at it for yourself, as well as it was mentioned in that video. So take a look at it, evaluate, determine where you are on your journey, and if it's something that you should definitely say no to or use it as a treat, etc. But not something that I would suggest to ever have on a daily basis, guys. And lastly, we voted on that tub of ice cream. After we found out what was in it, y'all, we said, will she or won't she finish off that tub? And let me tell you, she didn't. But David did. He did. And it was a situation where he had lost a dear friend of his, passed away, and he turned to the ice cream. And so I understand. Well, I've gone through my grieving process. I have turned to the trail, but there have been more days than ever in my life where I did have a couple of days where I turned to comfort food. And the great thing about doing that, guys, is that it's a quick reminder of how much I don't like it. I will go ahead and mention this right now. I'm going to insert a picture first of what my hands looked like this morning after my walk. Okay, guys, do you see that puffiness? And they're still pretty puffy here. I normally have really slender fingers. Not really slender, but they're slender. My fingers are still a little on the puffy side. But, guys, just because something is on the approved list of eating doesn't mean you need to. I went on a 2-day binge on sunflower seeds. I've told you this before. I love sunflower seeds. I'll eat them until my tongue is in pain from all the salt and from cracking them. I love them. Between that and, quite honestly, we went out with a friend yesterday, and she's like, I'm over at Pluckers. I've never been to Pluckers. We popped in. My complete intention was to get something completely approved, and when I got there and there were tostada chips on the table, I went to town on them. I did. I ate them, I confess, and I felt miserable. It's not often that I do that. I have gone to Mexican restaurants a dozen at least times in the past 3 months, and I've not eaten one single tostada, but something yesterday made me do it, and great regrets today. Between the puffiness, the swelling, you can see it in my face. My body doesn't like it. So it's a great reminder. I'm thankful that today I'm not sitting there saying, give me more, give me more, give me more. I'm great. I am back on track. In fact, I'm going to be doing some egg fast this week. I feel the fluid retention. Also forgot for 3 days this week to take my thyroid medicine. So got to get back on track with that. Just turned into a confessional for me. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and place your votes on the eggs. To me, it's a very serious topic because I think the vast majority of us use eggs in our way of eating. So guys, until next week, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ditchin' or Kitchen. I look forward to speaking with you again. Have a blessed rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.